DST and head of the International Scientific Cooperation at DST. He got superannuated.
I was not.
Yeah. Something like you got superannuated in January 2024. He was instrumental in shaping India's bilateral and multilingual science and technology collaborations, serving on various bodies. From 2008 to 11, he was Counselor, Science and Technology at Embassy of India, Moscow, strengthening the Indo-Eurasian cooperation, and alumnus of AMU and University of Delhi. He was awarded T.N. Wadia Fellowship. He is a Life Fellow of Geological Society of India and Nepal Geological Society, and a member of International Association of Sedimentologists. Dr. Varshney has also authored numerous policy papers and actively contributed to science communication and popularization.
Thank you, friend, for introducing me, and thank you, sir, for inviting me here. And that before introduction, there is a collaboration. So, collaboration is the most important thing. One which helps you grow, and normally I would recommend you that whenever you are looking for collaboration, don't look at mirror image of yourself in terms of academic profiles. Look for a person who is working on similar question but with a different perspective. And it is only when two different perspectives come or more perspective comes to answer a single question, you understand it much better. We must realize that our growth has been subject vertical, and so we think only from our perspective, but if we could combine it helps us. Collaboration could be either informal or formal. When we are talking about informal, it is individually driven. So when we are doing it individually, idea is to get some more knowledge, complementary knowledge, if you could get, or if you could divide a question into several parts and share responsibilities, increase exposure, like you go to my institute, I go to your institute, so exposure increases, you get access to equipment, because each institute has different equipment, so you get access to that, and of course, it results into development of skills for the students, and of course, yours. But very often, it is also driven from the top, and when it is driven to the top, we are looking for benefits. And these benefits will be either research benefits or business benefits. And sometimes people like me can politely request you that please enter into a collaboration. And if that politeness doesn't work, we are also sometimes rude. No shame in that, because I need to have my program with developed countries as well as developing countries, so I can make use of and gift you some collaborations. One essential thing in the collaboration is all participating partners must be in a win-win situation. There is something to gain for everyone. Otherwise, this collaboration will not work. Now, this is a map I normally put, and this map, of course, several countries are there which are partner of India in scientific collaborations. Of course, not at the same scale, we discuss the scale a little later. And then there are several groupings. I'm sorry, this pointer is not working, but if you see these groupings, these are essentially political groupings. They are not scientific groupings. But they provide enough platform on which we can build scientific program. And then there are major projects. I'm sorry, Dr. Annapurni is not here today, but she is participating in some of the major projects which we are doing. And when I say mega projects, it primarily means where many countries are participating, and all of those are contributing. So India is member to several such projects. When we are looking for collaborations. So primarily is one partner to another partner or one country to another country. So we are calling it bilateral, multilateral or regional participation. We are engaged member to several bodies and then utilizing several facilities. We are doing cooperation in three principal ways. One, when we are talking to the developed countries, there we are talking about reciprocity. So equal contribution from both sides and equal outcome, whatever it comes, it is shared. But when we are talking to developing countries, we are trying to help and we are trying to check what are our experience and how we can solve their problems. And third is product-oriented cooperation where we could integrate businesses into it. And there are several tools. So of course it's started with networking, and then we go to the projects, then we go for pre-commercial research, and all of that leads to creation of virtual center of excellence. So the models we are adopting is fellowships, seminars, trainings, summer and winter schools, and then creation of centers. Now, when we are talking of technology synergy, where we are having equal contribution and we would like whatever outcome comes, that is shared. So I have prepared a list of two countries. One list is on the left-hand side, is of those countries with whom we have multiple programs. And several agencies of Government of India and several agencies of the partner country would have, and you will have a lot of calls in the year. On the other hand, country mentioned on the right-hand side, we are having one call in a year or one call in 2 years, and these are not multiple agency programs. When we are talking about diplomacy, we are talking with ASEAN, Africa, neighboring countries, Act East and South America. Here, idea is how we could engage in, we can train their fellows, we could help them in developing the institutes and take them and take things. And then you will be sitting in your own place, but there are opportunities to participate in some of the major projects. And then there are gender-based opportunities for the female researchers to collaborate. And then there are meeting of peers. You can meet Nobel laureate, you can meet your own peers, you could go and make a statement in the young scientific program of BRICS, Standard Cooperation, Frontier of Science. And besides sending our fellows, we also have programs to receive people from other parts of the world. This includes not only developing countries, but also developed countries. So while we have programs, specific program for neighbor, ASEAN and African friends, but other programs like Raman Chappa, South Korea, UK, Japan, Australia, they are both reciprocal programs, so we receive their fellow also. Then there was a scheme called Vajra. Why I am saying it was, because it was from SARB, SARB is not there, and ANRF has still not taken it on the board. So this scheme was to attract best of the global faculty. But currently there are three schemes: WEBA to attract best of the Indian diaspora, GYAN to get a talk delivered by experts, and SPARK to get connected to top 500 US ranked institutions. Of course, my friend has also talked about Ramanujan program to attract young PDF from abroad. And now, sir, it's all for you, sir, Dr. Ashutosh. Some of the memories of the international cooperation, so I'm just trying to share how it can bring various shades and just trying to pass. This is a picture from India International Science Festival and meeting in science ministers of neighborhood countries, participating in global R&D summits. India, Israel, one of the technical program where industry is involved. And then talking about India Innovation Growth Program, signing documents. You know, whenever Normally, we are signing it ceremoniously, but if something is required, even in the office, we can sign international agreement. And one of the memories of that picture, farewell of one of the colleagues. So thank you. Just trying to keep my time. And if I could advertise for myself, I could say I am quite active on social media, and you will find some of the research opportunities I am sharing practically every day, and especially youngsters, I would request them if they could make use of it. Thank you.